Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I would like to welcome you live from Berlin, Germany. And for today's webinar, Mastering Digital Guest Communication in the Hotel Room for City Hotels. My name is Emily. I'm the marketing manager here at SuitePad, and I'll be your moderator for today. And we are joined also by Miltos Karatsimas today. But before I hand over to Miltos to kick off the presentation, here's a bit more information. So the webinar will take in total about 35 minutes, and you can post your questions at any time during the whole presentation. To do this, you can just use the question/chat window in your GoToWebinar control panel on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll try to answer all of your questions. We will also be recording this webinar, so you will each receive a copy of the recording in the next few days. And now, without further delay, I'll pass it over to you, Miltos. Enjoy the webinar.
Thank you, Emily, and hello, everybody. It's nice to see people joining the webinar, which proves the importance of the topic we will be discussing. So welcome to the webinar, where we will share some tips on how to master digital guest communication in the hotel room. As Emily said, my name is Miltos Karandzimas, and I'm a regional sales manager for SuitePad, working in the hospitality sector for the last 15 years. We hope that you will enjoy the webinar, that you will get some new knowledge out of it, and I promise to keep it short and interesting for you. Now, sharing the agenda for today. Second. Yeah, sharing the agenda for today. As you can see, we will discuss very interesting topics, starting from how the coronavirus pandemic changed the business model for hotels, what was the impact, and how crucial it is to adjust in the new COVID-19 era. Then we'll see the importance of increasing in-room revenue, be it via increased room service, offers, room orders, promotions, late checkout, etc., and ways we can achieve that. Also, how to reduce room costs, for example, by replacing paper-based material, converting them into a digital format, or by reducing room cleanings. And last, we're going to discuss about the importance of feedback, the necessity of live feedback, and we'll talk about an efficient way of receiving feedback from your guests. In order to make the whole presentation a little bit more engaging, we added two polls where I will ask Emily to help me, and you guys can vote on questions during the webinar, and of course we will discuss the outcome. Okay, let's start immediately discussing about the COVID-19, the global pandemic that has changed the way we do everyday things. For example, video calls have become a necessity, online shopping is more popular than ever, and of course, it had a huge impact in the hotel industry. The pandemic of coronavirus actually created a new kind of systemic risk that hospitality professionals must learn to live with. And the key here is to understand that every hotel, in order to keep profitability, of course, and good occupancy numbers, it needs to adjust to the new circumstances. As hotels open again, those that will adjust their business model to the new circumstances will be successful. I would say that digital communication and guest-facing technology goes beyond simply impressing your guests. Where once hoteliers saw it as a differentiator, it is now valued for its return on investment more than anything else. It is clearly not a nice thing to have anymore, but a necessity. One of the best practices, of course, is to replace paper-based material and replace paper collateral. It's not only the practical factor, it's also the hygiene factor, and also it's more ecological. At this point, I will ask from Emily to help me for the first poll that we have and make the whole presentation a little bit more interactive. So we have prepared a small poll for you to vote regarding the solutions you currently use to communicate with your guests. Yeah, exactly. As we see the question here, what kind of solutions are you currently using in your hotel for guest communication? And we have hotel room TV, we have in-room tablets, a mobile app, mobile website, or nothing at all. Let's wait for some seconds and then we can discuss the outcome. I'm really curious to see what the attendees will vote because this is a very popular topic amongst hoteliers as far as what solution they actually use. Okay, interesting. We see hotel room TV 50%. We see nothing at all 50% and nothing on in-room tablet, mobile app, and mobile website. Let's discuss a little bit the outcome. So first of all, if you don't use anything, and I see that a lot of people are not using anything, then that's a huge issue because you're not communicating with your guests in a digital way. We're moving into a digital era, so you need to have something in place to communicate with your guests. Mobile apps, let me speak first for the mobile apps. They used to be very popular, I would say 2 decades ago. They're not so popular anymore because we see that less and less people want to download apps on their personal phone. The global download rate is around 50%, 15%. We don't want to download every app of every company we do business with on our personal phone. We have to install, set the notifications, uninstall in the future if you don't want it. So we see a declining number of people downloading apps. As far as mobile websites, the web apps, that's a different story. Um, Again, they do not create a very good engagement with guests. We also provide that. SuitePad also provide a mobile website, but we see that the numbers are not quite good. Maybe because the screen is very small. Maybe you cannot actually showcase the offers that you have. Maybe the content is not quite good as far as the size. That's why we see on our tablets the engagement is way higher because it's a portable hardware, way bigger screen than on a mobile phone, and of course we don't need to download anything. Now, if we see the hotel room TV that 50% of the people asked for, then I would say that it has a positive and down and negative side. The positive side is that of course the hardware is already there, so hotels already have a huge TV and they can show offers and promotions, but there is a huge disadvantage because people actually cannot engage with the hotel room TV. So it's a nightmare if you try to book something via the TV remote control. That's that's the issue actually why we don't like hotel room division as a company. We don't invest on that. You only show stuff, but you cannot actually make orders. Your guests cannot actually make orders. All right, let's move to the next topic, which is increase in room revenue. Here we are. um, So hygiene and safety measures are currently at the top priority of hotels. We all need to anticipate the behavior of guests in this new situation in order to rethink internal processes and services. And I would say that in time of social isolation and avoidance of contact, it is not surprising that certain services regain their relevance. It is very interesting to maintain a study to mention a study we did here in SuitePad. We compared actually data between March 19 pre-corona era versus March 20, where the pandemic had just started impacting Europe, and we show a 89% increase in in-room service orders via our tablets. Why we saw a significant increase? Because the fear of infection was quite high among guests because there were dining restrictions or restaurants were closed and people were more isolated and everything was done via the orders were done via the hotel when they were in the room. I would like to show you now a demo hotel. So I will share with my screen. Give me a second, not the slide. Uh, 1 second. I want to share with you something here where you can see how exactly we help hoteliers increase their revenue. So this is a demo hotel. This is the presentation that we do to show our option, show how we work. If we click welcome, then we are redirected into the presentation. Sorry, let me refresh the page. Here we are. So I'm going to show you some options and some ways that we help hoteliers increase their revenue. Of course, we have lots of offerings, promotions, services um, on the presentations that the customized presentations that we create for hotels. But as we're talking on the subject of increasing revenue, I will show you how we do that. For example, room orders. We have incorporated here on the left side the room menu, as you see. Let's say I'm staying in room 105 and I want to order something. I click the category that I want. I see nice photos, descriptions, and prices. If I like this dish, I can click it. It is added in my cart. I can also get a bottle of wine, and then I can click continue, and this is the summary of my shopping cart. This is what I ordered, and this is how much I will pay. And by clicking continue, the hotel instantly gets a message that says room 105 has ordered room service, and these are the items that the customer wants. Same way you show that shopping category, we can do that for all the revenue streams that you have. For example, spa treatments. Again, guests will be able to see all the treatments and the therapies that you have. For example, if I like this one, I click it, a pop-up window appears with more information. This is how long it lasts. This is how much it costs, small description. I can request it, and we can even customize it a little bit more. So we can ask your guests if you want to order it now or if you want to schedule the treatment for another day, an hour. By the same way we saw before, if I click continue, the order will go to the responsible of the spa center now. So you select who gets the orders. Transfers, tours, late checkout, all revenue items you have, of course, we're going to include them here. For example, I'll show you the late checkout. I think I skipped it. Yeah. Again, your guests will have all possible options available. They will see how much they pay if they want to stay a little bit longer. And of course, this is upon availability, but by clicking continue, a message goes to the reception and informs them that a guest from room X is asking for a late checkout. Right. Okay. So the key here is to anticipate changes in guest behavior and be prepared. And at the moment, we see that guests demand more isolation and more in-room orders. Let's move on to the next topic, since we don't have a lot of time, which is um, room costs. This is a very nice example of how you can increase breakfast orders. We are showing you an example of a hotel with 174 rooms. The breakfast price is 18 euros. In a month, we had 36 breakfast orders as an average. If you multiply that with the breakfast price, then it's 648 revenue per month. That's not bad. And I really think that the 36 orders as an average is a low number. Definitely can be higher. Reducing room costs. So we'll focus here on two major trends in the hospitality sector. First, the transformation from paper to digital. And second, the environmental responsibility of the hotel and their guests as far as room cleanings. By digitizing, let me show you before. Yeah, this is the slide I want to show you. Digitizing in-room directory. You actually replace the unattractive and outdated paper-based hotel information folders. The guest experience is improved, and hotels move from having just an information folder to an all-round enhanced quality service. It's like having a digital in-room concierge. This helps hotels save printing costs and also reduce bacteria touch points. Again, I will move into the demo hotel that you saw before, and I'll show you in a live demo how actually we do that. 1 second. So here we have a special tile that is called, we've named it hotel information. If I click it, we have all the general information that a hotel should provide to their guests. A nice message from the GM or from the hotel, and then A to Z, all the room directory is here. There's also a search button so you can find easily what you want. It's a very nice and convenient way, and you don't have all this paper collateral anymore in the room. A second way now to reduce costs and also contribute to the environment is asking guests to forego room cleaning for the next day. Eco-friendly businesses are likely to gain an advantage by standing out from the competition, especially as guests gradually become more and more environmentally aware. Actually, there was a study in 2018. The Sustainable Travel Report showed that 87% of travelers want to travel sustainable. Giving guests the choice to forego room cleaning is a great example of this type of environmental initiative. And I'll show you exactly how we do that. We have an icon that is called green option. By clicking that, you get a pop-up window where you ask your guests to forego room cleaning for the next day. They can select yes, no. They can select also for how many days uh, they want you to stop cleaning the room. And we also have another option where it's a little bit more detailed. It's this one where you can give different options to your guests. No thanks, please clean the room. Just change the towels, or please don't clean my room. Okay, I will ask for Emily's help again here to do the second poll that we have regarding feedback before we go to our last topic. The question here is when do you currently, how do you, when do you gather feedback from your guests during stay, after stay, or we don't gather feedback? Let's wait for some seconds and let's see the answers that we have. Again, very important topic about feedback. Okay, after stay, 100% after stay. Let's let's discuss a little bit the outcome. First of all, I don't even consider someone not gathering feedback. I'm not going to discuss that. I think that's a huge mistake if you don't ask your guests for feedback, because no one is perfect and there's always room for improvement. Now, if you ask your guests about feedback after stay, then that means that you already have missed an opportunity, uh, saving a bad experience or even making the experience of your guests even better. What we see is that there are sometimes people that don't want to, that they have a bad time or something is going wrong, but they never tell that to the hotels. And that's why getting feedback during stay is very important. I will show you how we do that. But first of all, let me tell you that the importance of getting live feedback and how that helps the hotels helps a lot the hotels online review score. According to TripAdvisor, 96% of its users consider reading reviews important when planning trips and booking hotels. I'm sure that we also do that, not only for hotels, but even if we want to buy something, we first read online reviews. So it's really crucial to communicate with your guests and get constant feedback that will help you provide a better positive experience and also prevent a future bad review. What we also see is that many people, as I said before, avoid talking face to face to the staff, to the hotel staff about something that they don't like, but they feel way more comfortable filling a questionnaire or a quick feedback form while they are in their room. And I will show you exactly how we do that here. We have a very nice tile feedback where your guests can easily click it. Of course, all these options are available via pop-up messages as well. And then there's a brief uh, pop-up window. We call it quick feedback, and in 3 seconds you actually have a real-time feedback from your guests. If something is going wrong, you're able to amend it to save a bad experience, and of course prevent a future bad review that will probably go to TripAdvisor or Booking.com. And here, I will also like to show you a little bit our dashboard, and everything you see on the tablet, all options and the services that you see here. We have a cloud-based backend system where everything is visible, and you can see the usage of the tablet. You can do marketing activities and way more stuff. So I've I'm checking now one of the hotels that we have, looking at what happened last year, for example. This is the statistics uh, table. I see page views, so see exactly where what the guests are looking, what is most popular for your guests, room service, breakfast, restaurant. I see how much money I made the last year, and I see from which service. If I click the room service tile, then I see more details about which item actually from the room service was most popular. So you have a full set of data in order to business analyze them. Also from orders, you see all orders from different departments fall out in this section. So you know exactly per room, per hour, per category, who ordered what, and by that way you can easily access them and check what's going on in the hotel. For example, room 318 ordered breakfast, 56 euros at 8:45 in the morning, and then we see that the same room ordered a pickup tray. Everything is done digitally, even the pickup of the tray. And also from the push messaging function, you can do marketing activities. So you can promote your services by sending pop-up messages like this one. They appear in the tablets. You can pre-schedule them for the whole season or for the whole year, and they automatically appear without the need of every time creating a campaign. Um, I think we covered a little bit of everything. Do we have any questions, Emily?
Thank you, Miltos. No, we don't have any actual questions right now, but of course, if any come up, we will answer your questions. But in
Okay.
any case, you can always send us a question in the emails from SuitePad. You can go on the website, or you can also, of course, answer the email that we will send you with the recording of the webinar in the next few days. We thank you so much for your attention in today's webinar, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much, Miltos.
Thank you. Thank you, Emily.